Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Nick and Sam back with another podcast. And today we have a couple topics to talk about. Um, One includes something that's not even in the NHL, but we have it's pretty crazy. Okay. So, but we're going to stick to the league right now, and we're going to start off with this. And
Oh boy.
we see that the two Florida teams are going to play each other in the first round of the playoffs. Now, Sam, I did not think this would happen. Okay, both these teams were great this year, but I think the Hurricanes really um made this happen. What do you think?
I mean, what could one say? I mean, 3-3 record for Tampa Bay, 3-2-1 for Florida Panthers. It tells that it's tight, very, very tight. Well, the thing is, Tampa Bay is losing some of his weapons right now. We have Stamkos out, Nikita Kucherov, and they've kind of been to a little slump. But I mean, Florida Panthers, they're just on the uprise, and I don't know. It's going to be very close, but as of right now, I have my money on Florida if Tampa Bay doesn't get back some of his weapons.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree with you on that because Tampa is missing some key weapons in Kucherov, who it was expected to come back in the playoffs. Um, and I don't think he will. Um, but I mean, this is our first playoff series announced, and it looks like one of the best. Um, Two great teams this year playing each other. I think this could go to a game 6 or game 7 series. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I mean, time can only tell. I mean, it's going to be two hard-fought teams and two hard-fought battles. I mean, projected game 7, or I feel like it might be a wipeout for one or the other, but I have to agree with you. I feel like it's going to be a longer series, and it's going to be a really fun one to watch.
And another thing, we'll see if Hedman can really defend if they put him against the Barkov line,
Oh,
great
yeah.
line. If Hedman's going to be able to step up big, and not just him, but the whole Tampa defense, step up big and defend them. I think the Panthers will have a little bit of trouble defending Braden Point, Anthony Cirelli, but again, like you said, they're missing their all stars, their superstars, Kucherov and Stamkos. So really, that could come in the long run. But then you look at the goalies. Vasilevsky, great goalie, and my pick to win the Vezina this year. What do you think about him?
I don't know. I mean, he has been playing very, very good at some points, but as I watch NHL Network sometimes, and it's like he looks very good. Don't get me wrong, amazing goalie, Vesna projection, but I mean sometimes I won't say a slump, but like he falls into some games where he wasn't doing that good. But every single other game he's doing fine, and he does have a great chance at the Vesna.
I think it's between him and Connor Hellebuck right now, which probably it'll come down to one of them two. So moving on, um, yesterday we saw Canada U18 juniors beat Russia 5-3 for a gold medal.
Yep.
Connor Bedard, crazy. We'll take a look at his insane goal right here.
Oh man.
So, as one could say, that is a nasty backhander, and it was. It was like, what do you think about that backhand? Because that looked like to me like it was fast enough to be a forehand.
It looked like a forehand shot from a AAA player that's been playing his whole life. Jeez, that thing was a rocket. And the
Yeah.
kid, and he's only just a kid pulling off stuff like this.
Yeah, that was all I was gonna say. This kid is 15. 15 doing this stuff.
He's younger than us.
Like, it's crazy he's doing this.
Look at that move too.
Like,
Split the defenders.
just to prove it, he's 15. He's 1 year younger than me.
Mm-hmm. And
And
he is
you
15.
soon. And 05. Don't get me wrong, you might have played against him, but I don't think he grew up around here. But uh, this kid is gonna be trouble when he comes into the league in 3 years. What do you think?
I mean, like I said, he's 15, but he's also in the WHL, which is a very prestigious league for a 15-year-old to be in at his caliber, which he is very good. And I feel like he could spark something up in the league. I don't know. Be like one of the great players. I feel like he's going to hone someone's play style that's in the league right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are comparing him to McDavid in the sense. I didn't personally watch the game, and I haven't really heard of this guy till last night, to be honest. But by the looks of it, I think he's probably pretty fast, and he's obviously got sick hands and a killer shot. So,
Heck yeah.
like you said, probably trouble in the future for the league. Um, so we're gonna move on now to, I guess, our trophy predictions for this year. Right now, obviously the season's not over yet, but I think it's safe to say it's over enough to pick who's gonna win the award. So I'm gonna ask you first. Hart Trophy MVP. Who do you think is gonna win that?
I mean, so far we can only have, I would say, only one good answer, and I would say Connor McDavid. I mean, look at him. Almost 100 points. I mean, I know I'm saying it again, but almost 100 points in 56 games. People don't know how crazy that is. What's it called? I think there's only two, like, don't get me wrong. I don't know if it's completely right, but don't get me wrong. There's only two players ahead of him that have more than, I think it was 95 or 93 points in 50 games. And that's Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Especially being his sixth year in the league. I think he's really proved to be probably the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I have to agree with you on that. I don't think there's anyone close in range with him. I think he had an amazing season. I mean, if he can get there, 100 points in 56 games, that could be
We
that
need
could
it.
be super talked about everywhere. Um, and midway through the season, you look at a guy like Patrick Kane. Breakout, not a breakout year, but a good year. So, well, yeah, he had a good year. Not didn't make it to the playoffs, but I'm pretty sure he was top 10 in points, and he was pretty much helping the Blackhawks a lot, along with DeBrincat and Kirby Dach. And when you think of a guy like Patrick Kane, okay, turning into a veteran, do you think he still has some of his juice left?
I mean, back in the day, you would see him skating all over the ice. I'm talking everywhere. Now, as we saw this season, he's starting. I feel like as he's getting older, I feel like this season he really took up a very much of a leader role as he was carrying the Blackhawks in a sense. And I feel, sadly, with Kirby Dach, how he got injured in the juniors or in the Worlds, I feel like he would have been a great help to the Blackhawks if he was there for a little longer. But yeah, Patrick Kane was doing the best he could.
Um, so our next prediction, we're gonna go for Rookie of the Year. Um, I'll let you take this one away because again, it's probably obvious.
I mean, yeah, only you could say two choices, Robertson, but Kirill Kaprizov. Look at him. Do you see his edge? Okay, when he was going against some teams, his edge work against pro level defensemen that have been in the league for plus, I don't know, 7 years, and he's just scanning around them like they're cones and scoring up, putting up amazing goals. I feel like he should be the rookie of the year.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. Um, Great. He's actually, um, I think he's top 10 in goals. Um, it's crazy. When you're his age, coming into the league, he's super young, and he's scoring 30 goals in a shortened season. And for a team that last year didn't do good, the Wild were not amazing last year, and his addition to that team really, I think, sparked them to believing they can win, they can make the playoffs, and obviously they're in. They made the playoffs. But yeah, like you said, Jason Robertson, another great player, great season. But I think this is Kaprizov by a mile.
Fantastic player.
We're gonna go on to the Jack Adams Award with the Coach of the Year. I'll start with this one. You could say a couple for these. You could say John Cooper, another great season with the Lightning. Uh, Anyone really, honestly, if they're a good team, their coach has got to be good. But I'm gonna go with Rod Brind'Amour for the Hurricanes, and um, the reason for this is he played for this franchise, won a cup with them, and he comes in, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years ago, decides to coach them, and now they're the best in the league. And I think his coaching style is just one of a kind, and it's obviously proving to be good. What do you think?
I mean, don't think I'm biased, but look what Peter Laviolette has done with the Cavs. I know this might seem unbiased, but he's made some really good moves for playoff pushes. Some might say that we might not have a future because we gave away Jacob Verana. We still have Anthony Mantha. He's going to have some more years in the league if he stays healthy. But just look at how much a powerhouse the Cavs is. I know it still might sound biased, but even if you look at the statistics, they're still such a powerhouse in the league. Peter Laviolette, I heard that most of the players like him, and he's doing a great thing for the franchise. And I feel like if he stays, good things can happen.
Yeah, I did want to say Peter Laviolette, obviously, because I love the Caps. But I was thinking a little outside the box. He did really help this year. He converted from a coach that really didn't. I don't think he helped very on the defensive side, and he changed the style that they play. But yeah, if you take a look at the Caps right now, and I'm just saying this for reference, they're not too hot. Uh, they're missing a couple key players in Ovechkin and Justin Schultz. Um, and you don't want to lose Ovechkin in the playoffs, and we're not sure right now. He could be out, could not be. We'll see if he heals or not. But you don't want to. It's always a bad time to get injured right before the playoffs because it's either you come back and you're good and you're either like you're playing your game, or you come back and you're a little like rusty. And what do you think Ovechkin will be like when he gets back?
Oh no! I mean, sometimes when he gets back, he's red hot. Sometimes when he gets back, I would say he's a little cold. Take him some time to get back in the hockey sense. But I feel like it wasn't like the super like most serious injury where he's been out for like such a very long period. So I feel like if he comes back, I think he'll be still feel a little probably not nervous, but like a little rusty, maybe a tiny bit. But I feel like he'll get right back in it after his first game if he comes back for playoffs.
Yeah, Um, we're gonna go to the Norris Trophy Defenseman of the Year, and uh, don't get me wrong. This was close to me, but it's got to be Victor Hedman. He's had a great season, and he's just a lockdown defenseman. Who do you think would win?
As much as I don't like him using him in the NHL 21 in the game, I mean, I love Victor Hedman in real life. Such a lockdown, and he can also be seen in the offensive side of the game too.
And I was looking at this earlier. You see a guy like Jeff Petrie, the Canadians, midway through the season, he's second for the Norris Trophy, and now I don't even think he's top 5. And that can really show you how midway predictions of the season really can't predict how it's going to end. And then you see a guy like Cale Makar. He also had a great season, but I think it's Victor Hedman by a mile.
Yeah.
I don't know if he should have gotten third last year. Roman Yossi, I don't know if he should have won. I personally think Carlson should have won, but it is what it is. But I got to go with Victor Hedman.
Same.
All right, so our final trophy. We're gonna go to the Coach of the Year. Oh, I already said that. Sorry. Hold on. All right, so I messed that one up. We already said Coach of the Year. I was thinking players and coaches. I don't know why I was doing that, but we're gonna go to the Vezina Trophy in the goalies. I'll let you start with this one.
I mean, there's some really rookie goalies that are doing really good. I mean, they could name, I would say, name myself for them in the league, but I would have to give it to one of the veterans, Andre Valesky. I mean, if you don't look at always just stats and just the games, sometimes you can see the key saves he's making for the Lightnings. I think he's a true powerhouse, and he's helping the team a lot, very much. And just look at him when he makes those key saves, it keeps the Lightning in the game, and it keeps the offense and the defense motivated and helps them win.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to also agree with you on that. I think he is he's probably the best goalie in the league. But this one it was close. Connor Hellebuck had a great year. He was, I'm not gonna say carrying because he's not scoring goals, but he's really helping the Jets, saving a lot of goals in their net. So that's gonna do it for our second podcast. Don't expect daily uploads because we're not gonna do that. This is just a one-time thing, probably. But we'll probably have a podcast out when the playoff bracket is are set, and we could make one on the podcast. We'll figure that out. But we'll see you guys then. Peace.